We are at sba.gov /sba-direct/article/2815. You don't have to remember all that unless you're writing it down. If you go to sba.gov /sba-direct, you'll find your way. It'll take you and you'll see exactly where, well, I went to a page. It looks like this. I went to, it's asked me to, if I wanted to find information about starting a business, getting a loan, government contracts, or disaster assistance, or I could enter my local zip code to find counseling, mentoring, or training near me. Don't need that, although it is good to know what is going on in the various communities so that I can potentially share that information with you. But I checked the box, starting a business, and then I went to a button that got results, and there are my choices about starting business. Follow these 10 steps of starting a business: employment law basics, steps to finding a mentor. That's an important one. We're going to talk about that. I talked about it last week, but in David's Barter community, a very, very important aspect of the community are our mentors of entrepreneurship. Those are folks who are going to make a lifetime commitment to the SmallBizDavid Foundation, and it's not a big deal. And they will get special training, if you will, special coaching on the social marketing and social technology social network technology of the community, use it themselves so that they can understand fully what a very optimized, very Googleized landing page is, and hopefully they will be successful, and if they're not, I will coach them and help them along the way. Then an important part of the concept is them being able to mentor somebody like yourself if you're just starting a business. So they'll be mentoring in two areas. Number one, their experiences in using the social marketing, social network technology of the community, and their experiences in being a successful small business person or a large business person who knows the ways, because business is business, but there are certain big business is only small business multiplied by some number. That's basically the difference. And as we learned about 4 years ago, when big business gets in trouble, who do they turn to get out of trouble? They turn to the government, who gave them billions of dollars of low interest TARP money, as they called it, and they turned to small businesses to help them get out of whatever it was that they were in, and it wasn't working very well. That had a domino effect on small business, because as they did that, as big business was in trouble, it filtered down to small business. Small business had to made the decision, they didn't have to, but they made the decision to lay off millions and millions of people. And now, as we're trying to get our way back to some type of sense of normalcy, they're not hiring back nearly, if at all, at the rate that they laid off folks. And that precisely, my friends, is the trouble that our economy is in, because not enough people have jobs. So what happens? How do we solve that problem? Small business isn't hiring back as much because, and it's not a bad thing on their part, when they laid people off, they had to find new efficiencies in those people who didn't get laid off. And they did, and they found them. The great news that happened as far as small business was concerned 30 days ago, that the overall productivity in the country increased by 2%. And a 2% increase in productivity is huge. So it's a good thing. The bad thing is they're not hiring people back. So how are we going to create new jobs that are desperately needed? We're going to create them ourselves. New businesses are going to get started. Thousands of new businesses are going to get started. And that starts with job number one. Because the entrepreneur that starts a new business creates a job for themselves. And if their business model is successful and it grows to where they need more people to help them grow, more jobs are created. So it starts here. And I am so excited about the potential of starting new businesses in our community with the social marketing and social network technology that I have used to start a business, start several of them, that have created new cash flow streams for me. Very, very profitable. The most profitable cash flow I have ever created in my 40 years is being created right now. Why? Because I've created a business model that has a huge margin, profitability margin, huge. 90% profitability is not unusual for my particular endeavor. Very little cost. The biggest resource that is used is time. And, you know, we all have the same 24/7 time. That's the biggest investment that I have made. I've invested a lot of dollars. Well, I've invested all of my personal savings to build our community, but that's okay. That's okay. It was the right thing to do because not only will we get it back, we are getting it back, but we will help other folks like yourself to start a business. So let's get to that checklist from the SBA and see where we are. Steps to finding a mentor. Online business was another choice. Self-employed and independent contractors. We'll talk about that in the future. Green businesses. I'll share information with you about green businesses. It's an option for sure. It's a great option. Green businesses can get financing more quickly than non-green businesses. That's a good thing. I don't know a lot about it because I've never really had a green business, although I try to do what I'm doing, make it as green as possible. I guess you don't get too much greener than being an online business. When I use my printer, and I use it every day, I don't print all the pages of something. I only print the important pages of something. And then I use the front and back of sheets of a paper as opposed to just one side of the paper. So I'm doing whatever I can to have a greener business, but there is no greener business than one that is done online. Okay, so let's go back up to the top and follow these 10 steps to starting a business. Okay, step number one, write a business plan. The SBA has the tools. If you click on this link, write a business plan, they have provided the tools necessary for writing a business plan. Now, I suggest that you go and you see exactly what it is they are telling you in that business plan. However, I caution you about spending too much time in that plan unless you're going to go outside of your personal savings and ask somebody else for money so that you can do your business, start your business, grow your business. If that's the situation where you have to ask somebody for money, they're going to demand a business plan. So then you need to go back and get as detailed as you possibly can, because they want to know that if they invest money in your business plan, there's a reasonable chance for success, that they will get a return on their investment. And let me say, if you go to a bank, the bank is looking for a return of their loan plus whatever their interest rate is on your money, on that money. When you go to an angel investor or a venture capitalist, they will state very specifically that, and in many cases, they want as much as a 40% or more return on their investment. So if they give you $1,000, their expectation for a return will be about $1,400. That's the rules of their game. And not only that, two other things will probably happen. Number one, they will give you a time limit. They will say, we want that return, and this is how much time we will give you to give us that return. The second thing, if it's a lot of money you're looking for, I just use the number $1,000 as an example to share with you the math. If you are looking for a lot of money, like $1 million from a venture capitalist or an angel investor, they will want to know what your exit strategy is. And I never quite understood that concept until about 5 years ago. They want to know, okay, here's your plan, here's your projections, you meet your projections, you pay back the loan, what is your exit strategy? And in many, many cases, they will dictate to you what your exit strategy is, because they are looking to make as much money as they possibly can. That's their business, making money on the money that they invest in your business. And so if you get there, if you're lucky enough to get their money, you must play by their rules, and there's no deviation to the rules. I've never heard of any. If there's anybody out there that is working with a venture capitalist or an angel investor and would like to share that story with our community, please become a member of the community, register, create a community marketing profile, complimentary, and then send me a message personally. Send it to SmallBizDavid. We have a proprietary messaging system that we use, and that would be the best way to communicate with me. Okay, get business assistance and training. Yes, they'll show you what resources they have. They'll talk about SCORE. They'll talk about the small business development centers. Those are all organizations within the small business, within the jurisdiction of the SBA. But you get a lot of that training right here. As far as training about starting a business in our community, you can get it. You will get it right here. You do get it right here. Choose a business location. If you're choosing the kind of business model that you need a storefront, a front door where your customers will walk through in order to do business with you, they will give you some guidelines on finding that location. Where should it be? How much rent or lease should you pay on that property? Those are all the information that you get on that link. Finance your business. We've already talked about that. Many different ways to finance your business. One thing I will check out, though, and we've got a module on financing your business. It's module 6 or 7. 6. Module number 6, your small business money matters. We'll talk about financing your business, where to do it, where to go. Important information if you are looking for financing. Determine the legal structure of your business. We have a module on that. The module after that one that I just mentioned are accounting and legal matters. That's module number 7 in our 9 modules. You don't need to spend a lot of time right now determining the legal structure, but there's some very basic things that you need to do. We'll share those basic things with you. As your business grows, as your business changes, then you might need to make other legal modifications to your business. That's why a critical member of your Mentor of Entrepreneurship team is a small business attorney. They will help you make those decisions. Step number 6, register a business name, doing business as. Very simple process, very necessary. Get a tax, step number 7, get a tax identification number. I actually need to get a tax identification number. I have been using, up until now, my Social Security number, which is okay, it's permissible. They find you more quickly when they need you than your tax ID number. But so many people that are doing business with you, outside vendors, third parties, they want to know what your tax identification number is. They're not unhappy to get your Social Security number, and in fact, you can file a tax return with your Social Security number, not necessarily your federal tax ID. It's not recommended. Get a federal tax ID number. Simple process. You can do it online. Very simple process. Register for state and local taxes. Yes. And a small business accountant, certified public accountant, will help you, lead you in the right direction, but you can get the guidelines from the Small Business Administration. Obtain business licenses and permits. Some businesses need licenses and some businesses need permits. The SBA, this particular site, will define those for you. Step number 10, understand employer responsibilities. Oh, how important that is. If in fact you are hiring folks, the responsibilities that the employer has are tremendous. You've heard me tell this story many times, and I'll share it real briefly again. I've only had employees one time in my life, and that was in 1978, 1979. I needed 15 employees to help me publish a monthly magazine. I couldn't do it all myself, and I needed 15 folks to help me do it, so I employed 15 people. We had a great company. We achieved our business objectives in 11 months. We became profitable in the 11th month of operation. Unheard of in many, many businesses, certainly back then, not unheard of now. The online capabilities and things that you can do for your business online speeds up the process considerably. But I did not enjoy the experience of managing the lives of 15 other people, because they expected from me, and rightfully so, a paycheck. I don't know if we did it every week or every 2 weeks, and all of the issues that surround that. So what I found of myself, I was taking too much of my time doing things that I don't necessarily do well, and certainly they weren't things that were had an immediate impact on moving the business forward, such as sales and marketing, which are my strengths. So I made the decision in 1979, what is that, 43 years ago, that whatever I did for the rest of my life, 39 years ago, whatever I did for the rest of my life, I was not going to do it with a team of employees. I was going to do it myself. So that has its limitations, for sure, because you either do everything yourself or you job it out. You outsource it to a third party. And I've taken the route of both. I do both things. When I can do it myself and I can do it efficiently myself, I do it. If I can't do it efficiently myself, I outsource it to somebody who can. So that's a decision I made for myself. sba.gov /SBA-direct. You'll get that checklist, and then it'll break it down for you. When you get it, if you go there, if you have any questions, please let me know, and ask the questions. You can Skype me between the hours of 10 and 11. You can send a message to me 24/7 if you are a registered member of the community. I'm going to end this segment, and when we come back in a minute or two, I'll talk about how to succeed as a young entrepreneur. What are your essential resources?